One of the things you'll come to learn and hopefully appreciate about me is that I'm incredibly proactive in my approach to real estate. Not only am I proactive, but I'm very organized and I treat this as a big important project that I am quarterbacking with a lot of moving pieces, different people involved. And so, because I've built this out as a true process instead of a hit or miss kind of thing, there are things that I try to collect from you on the front end so that I don't have to come back later. So, that's what this snippet is about, to cover some of the things that I need to collect from you that I will either need at the point of listing or at the point of an offer. So again, while we're thinking about it and doing all the upfront stuff, I want to grab that from you now. One is a copy of your title insurance policy. If you had a mortgage on your home, you would have been required to have a title insurance policy. And even if you were a cash buyer, most people still do title insurance policy. So if you could get me a hard copy or a digital, I prefer digital, but I'm always happy if you don't have the ability to get it to me digitally on this or any of the other ones, I am happy to pick it up and scan it. So title insurance policy, it is usually a multi-page document. There's a cover page and then there's all the policy details behind it. If for some reason you can't find one, you may want to reach out to the closing company that you used on the purchase end, see if they have a copy. They retain them for a few years, not necessarily indefinitely, but it's worth a shot. If you don't have a title policy, that's okay, but please know that you'll be charged by the closing company. The fee is usually about $150 because you don't have that title policy to produce, title insurance policy to produce. The second thing, again, this is only if you have a copy of it, but if you happen to have a land survey, if you are in a condo or multi-unit dwelling, you obviously won't have a survey, but if you're in a single family home, a copy of the property survey. The next one, again, that applies to a single family home is an elevation certificate. If you received or got since your purchase an elevation certificate, perhaps your insurance company needed you to have it, and you have a copy of it, please send that to me. If you are planning to sell your home with any furnishings, or even if furnishings are negotiable, one of the things that's really helpful to have on hand is the furniture inventory. If someone makes an offer on your home and includes any of the furnishings, we're going to have to detail that anyways. So it's great to get an early start on that, particularly, again, if you are selling the home furnished, we have to produce that as part of the listing paperwork that is out there for buyers to look through. So get working on that. It can be a really simple Word document or just an email document listing all of the furniture. I suggest doing it by room, so title the room at the top and then detail bullets under that of every furniture item. It just makes sure that there are no disconnects at any point in the process. If you're going to be selling furniture separately, start thinking about pricing for that, because eventually we will get asked for that as well. People will want to know, as part of their consideration, if it's separate, how much are you asking for the furnishing items? So again, just want to get you started on that process. The other thing that is super helpful to me is list of updates. I have some of that on the intake form, and if you've already filled that out on the intake form, fabulous. But if you haven't, please make sure that you give me a list of all of the upgrades you've put into the home. If it's something you've done 15 to 20 years ago, we wouldn't really kind of consider that an update, a remodel, or a recent upgrade. But if it's been in more recent times and we want to use that as part of our marketing consideration, please make sure you send that to me. The last thing that I'm going to need are access vehicles, if you will. So I need, if there's a key fob to get into the amenities, I'll need to collect that from you, because it is not uncommon during showings that people may want to look at the amenities as part of their consideration. So whether it's a key, whether it's a key fob, whatever is used to get into the amenities, if your community has amenities, I will need one of those. Eventually, I'll need other things related to accessing the home and the community, but that comes at the point of close, so we won't talk about that right now. The other thing that I'll need is 2 keys. I use one key that I put into a key box that only I have the code for. I keep that at the property, and I use that for myself to be able to access the property, or if my assistant needs to go on my behalf, or my husband, who is also a licensed agent. Please know that we don't go into your home without permission, but I do keep that key on site in a secure lockbox. The second key is used for showings. So there is a super box that can only be accessed by licensed, registered real estate agents. It notifies me if they open the box and use the key. This is used for showings that I am not able to attend, and depending on the price point, listings that are below $1 million are customarily not agent attended. And I would encourage us to keep it that way and keep it in sync, because it does affect how comfortable the buyers and the buyer's agents are in the home. If no one else at that price point has an agent, the listing agent attending the showing, I can almost guarantee that it tends to make your showings go a little bit quicker. People don't spend as much time because it's unusual. So depending on the price point, again, some showings I may attend if they're a certain price point. Others, I would encourage us to follow what the norm is so that we don't make people uncomfortable, cause showings to go too fast, and not have them fully appreciate. This is something we can talk about in more detail. I don't want to leave that to a video message, but I did want to let you know we need 2 keys to make sure that we can access the property.